so I've taken the wrap off of the puppy, and I've got, what this is moleskin. It's the thick kind. The thin kind isn't going to do you any good. And you cut it into strips about this thick. And then you round off the bottom so it doesn't hurt his ear when you put it in. After you've got your cutout ready, you put it where you're going to have it. Make sure it fits. Make sure it's the right length. And then you get ready to glue it. Anyways, this comes with a sticker on it, but it's not going to be strong enough to stay on your puppy. So you're going to apply the glue on the moleskin, and you let it sit for a second. And then you're going to apply the glue on the ear where the moleskin's going to go. And he's not going to like this because of the temperature difference. And he's a little bit nervous, but he's actually handling this like a champ. He's a good boy. Now it's important to stay calm. Go on out, Rachel. Rachel. And not lose your patience with them. If they start trying to get away from you, you just got to be consistent. Eventually they'll give up trying to get away and they'll hold still for you. It helps if you catch them when they're tired. If they've just been playing or something like that. Alright, now I'm going to put this down into his ear. And I'm going to line it up. Now basically what you're doing is you're mimicking the ear cartilage when it's solid. When it's been hardened as an adult, you're giving it that support that it needs that it's not going to have. And I found that this is a lot better than the way the vets do it, which is they cover the whole ear in a wrap, and the ear can't breathe. And then you have to take it down, and the wrap has got sticky on it, so it pulls their fur off all over the ear. And so not only is their ear not breathing, but it's painful to take off. And the other thing is you don't have to take this off every day. You only take it off when it's been soiled or it's starting to fall off. Here's the trick. You have to pay attention where the moleskin is resting. If it's starting to rub, it might cause a blister. So you have to watch your dog and you have to check her or him and make sure it's not causing a blister. Which is why we've rounded the bottom, because if you keep the corner sharp, it'll cause a blister. The other thing is if the glue starts coming off from the bottom, you have to redo it all the way or it'll hang from the top and drag the ear down and undo like weeks of work. So keep a close eye on the ears to make sure that they're not falling out. Now we're going to do the other side the same way.
Do a close up of this ear here so you can actually see everything.
Now this was just cut yesterday, so he is bleeding a little bit.
Alright, tilt that head down. Let's see how far down in there that goes. How far does it go in there? I mean, it looks like it goes all the way to the back of the earpiece here.
You're going about right here is about how far you go down. To about right here is where it stops. Now when this part heals, what I usually do is I have the moleskin follow the fur and it stops right here. But sometimes it falls out easier that way. You're just going to have to see what's best for you, what method works best. But the bridge, I'm going to put a bridge on him, and that's going to also help keep his ear up. Alright, now that I've got the glue on there, you need to make sure you very gently hold, especially towards the bottom, because you don't want the bottom to come off first. That's where a lot of the pressure on the moleskin is going to be, because they're going to turn their ears and stuff when they play. You very gently put pressure on the moleskin and the ear with the glue to keep it set until the glue solidifies a little bit more, so it can have more traction. Because if you don't let it set right, it'll come off like 5 seconds later, and you'll have to do this all over again. You do want the ears to be able to move a little bit, because that makes the ears work and makes the muscles on the ears stronger, whereas opposed to a lot of other ear stands that cause a dog not to be able to move their ears at all, and it causes muscle atrophy in the ears. So you want a little bit of give when you put your bridge on, but at the same time you want to be able to keep the ears in the right position. So he's itchy. So what you do is you get your skin tape. Oh, and a side note, don't be dumb and try to use this with super glue or anything like that, because super glue uses heat to bond with, and you'll burn the snot out of the poor puppy's skin. This is skin tape. I'm going to use the Torbach glue again, and I'm going to make his bridge. If I can get him to calm down. I don't want him shaking his head too much, because he could shake the moleskins right out of his ears, and he's also going to cause his stitches to have some stress. So I'm trying to get him to calm down, so he stops shaking so bad. Come on, you can do it. Calm down. No, no, no. You're okay. Now it's okay if he shakes a little bit, but if he's constantly doing it, you're gonna have to calm him down, because that's not good. He'll get used to it and he'll be okay. Just make sure you didn't like put it on wrong or something like that. To about the length of his ears plus a little extra, and then I'm going to tear it. Then I'm going to pull out another length a little bit shorter, about the length of his bridge, the space in between his ears. And I'm basically covering up the sticky part in between so that he doesn't get like dirt and stuff all over his ears. And get the glue to sit for a second, get all tacky. And he's not going to like this either because he's already aggravated with me. You really don't want him shaking too much here because he'll shake glue everywhere. But you're going to put glue right here on the inside of his ear. Make sure you have, when you do this, all your stuff ready. You might want to have somebody else on hand to fetch you something if you forget. Set it up on one side, then use one hand to set it up on the other side. And then you're going to have to hold it for a minute. And the trick is going to be when you take it off, get your hands off of the bridge without pulling it off. If you get glue all over your hands, you have to pull your hands away very slowly or you'll pull away the bridge.
I thought we used to go all the way around here.
Because it pulls on his fur. Sometimes I've tried going all the way around his ear. You can. It falls off just as fast and it's not as comfortable. If you get the glue on there right, you get enough glue on there, and you hold it until it dries, it'll stay longer and it won't aggravate the dog as much. But the other thing is you want this bridge to be weak enough to where if something got snagged on it, it would rip off. The bridge would rip, otherwise it could cause a puppy injury if it gets caught on something.